think I'm going to be able to fast. Can I get a heter? My sister is suffering from cancer. Can she get a heter? And the list goes on of all the challenges that we know. Just within there's no family that doesn't have things to cry about. Churban, the Beis Hamikdash, it's all included. A lady WhatsApped me twice. Is it okay if I smoke weed tonight because I'm going to be mentally not in a good place? I don't think I'm going to be able to fast. A guy sent me a message how he's going to get back his ex and destroy his kids. Churban Beis Hamikdash. And the list goes on of so much pain that exists within Klal Yisrael. But never did we ever dream, I don't think anyone in this room, most of us didn't go to the Holocaust, maybe we heard about the Holocaust, stories, and we met people from the Holocaust. But never did we dream that we'll be speaking about soldiers that I went to visit. I have a chavrusa with one guy, missing arm. A person can't imagine what it means that suddenly an arm is blown off. That's it. No arm, a little bit left. And now the whole life, it's a phantom, it's called phantom pain. It's the most incredible challenge. Suddenly he can't scratch his nose, he doesn't know what to do, he can't eat, he can't cut meat. We had a soldier in our house. It's unbelievable to appreciate. We put meat in front of him. My wife said to me afterwards, you realize you put a piece of meat that he can't cut. I went to visit in Tel HaShomer, where the worst place that one wants to be during this war. And I met a Yid. This guy had a yarmulke. I was introduced to him. He was missing 2 legs and an arm. And the excitement that he had telling my chavrusa Eden, the other soldier, is that they just finished making tefillin that he could wear on his arm. And there's a machlekes which arm to wear. I never dreamed that this is what we're going to speak about. This is what we're going to cry about. Whoever dreamed that we're going to hear news, and still, right now, this moment, there are children, maybe 3, 4, 5 years old, in captivity, bashevi. Who can imagine for 1 second right now, just chas v'shalom, if one's grandson or son, child was in Gaza, in some cave, who knows where, crying, begging. Whoever imagined that there could be such a thing? So this year, I started thinking, I don't think I ever appreciated Megillas Eicha the way I appreciated this year. When I think of the challenges that we have, is especially out of all the things, I think there's tefillah, there's real tefillah, real tefillah, connecting to the words, crying with the words, davening, real davening. And it comes to Megillas Eicha, I myself, I've learned it many times, I still don't know it well enough. But this year I started realizing, and I looked at Psukim, everything that we just described, all the pain, all the history of destruction, of killing, of Auschwitz, of October 7th, is all written in the Psukim that we're going to learn tonight. And really, I would love to just learn and then stop and translate into English. The reason why we don't really relate to it is because the translation, the Lashon HaKodesh, is not easy for us to connect. It is so kedai, and I'm just going to give you 1 or 2 or 3 examples of where you should really cry when we're going to be learning Megillas Eicha. I want to give you 1 example. Right in the beginning already, in Perek Aleph, Pasuk Vav. Oilalea alchu shevi lifnei tzar. Her young children have gone into captivity before the enemy. Gone from the daughter of Zion is all her splendor. The Zohar Kodesh says the Shechina did not go into Galus until the kids went into Galus. Until then, Shechina was still in Eretz Yisrael, was still in the Makom HaMikdash. The kids are in Galus, the Shechina goes into Galus. You continue, Pasuk Yud Beis. I'm going to read the lashon of the translation, just so we could connect. The pasuk says, "Lo alechem kolei v'derech." So the translation is, "May it not befall you, all who pass by this road, behold and see. If there's any pain like my pain which befell me, which Hashem has afflicted me on the day of His wrath, from on high He sent a fire onto my bones, and it crushed them. He spread a net for my feet, hurling me backwards. He made me desolate in constant misery." Eden, who's my chavrusa, who was a soldier, when he was describing to me, it's called in Hebrew siyut, the greatest traumatic probably vision that any soldier could see is to coming to a battlefield and seeing literally bodies hanging on trees. Scary, scary, scary. That's all. There's nothing that can't even be described. Bodies that have not been brought to burial for the past 24 hours or whatever amount of time, simply hanging on trees. All this is included. Al eila ani b'chiyah. Over these things I weep. My eyes run with water because a comforter to revive my spirit is far from me. Where's Menachem Eshiv Nafshi? My children have become forlorn because the enemy has prevailed. Zion spread her hands. There was none to comfort her. All your people, and behold, my maidens and my youth have gone into captivity. I called for my lovers, but they deceived me. My priests and my elders perished in the city, and they sought food for themselves to keep alive. See, Hashem, how distressed I am. My insides churn. My heart is turned over inside from me. I rebelled grievously outside. The sword bereaved inside was death-like. Anyone that was in any of these kibbutzim, in these areas, in the housing, when the mechablim, the terrorists, Yimach came, and they were holding literally with their hand, with their life, the handle of the miklatish to save their life. They didn't know what's worse, death inside being burnt or death outside. All this is described in Eicha. So what's the avodah? The avodah is to know that if we cry, not just a crying of pain, which is so important and so therapeutic, and today I saw there are so many people that were in that festival on October 7th. What's scary, by the way, I mentioned the Gemara in Maseches Kinnos. The Gemara says that on the 7th of Av is when the Goyim came in. October 7th, 7th of Av, the 7th is the day where the Goyim came in. It says, V'ochlu, v'shosu, v'kilkilu. One gear says, v'kilkilu. These Goyim, that such barbaric human beings could actually exist, but we saw what it means to be a pere adam. Achmana litzlan. The Jewish people are teaching humanity what it means to be a beautiful human